Claire, it's great to talk with you today about your new film, Untitled Horror Movie. What can you tease about this film and your character?
So the film is about a bunch of actors who believe that their television show is getting cancelled, and so they get together on a Zoom and decide that they're going to make a horror movie together because one of the actors on the show has been writing one. So they start filming themselves and unknowingly start dabbling in something spooky and weird as they're making this movie together. So it's a horror comedy. It's kind of meta, even though that word is very overused. But we wanted to sort of do our best to like make fun of the typical horror genre whilst really leaning into that as well, because it's something really cool and something that we all love. And yeah, I think that kind of sums it up. It's all of us basically. None of the actors ever got together whilst we were filming. We all filmed it remotely. We did all of our scenes over Zoom. And so it was a really cool, wild, different experience that I hope paid off.
I was going to actually ask about that next. It was all shot separately and during quarantine. What was that process like for you? I feel like it's a whole new world when it comes to Zoom and these kinds of things.
So it was very difficult and also wildly freeing and fun because we got to try our hand at every aspect of filmmaking. So we lit ourselves, we did our own hair and makeup, we recorded our own sound, we were responsible for making sure that all the footage got to where it needed to get to the editor. And then, not to mention the fact that we were just acting to a computer screen, which is kind of wild in and of itself. So it was definitely challenging. It was like nothing I'd ever done before, but it was actually one of my favorite projects that I'd ever been involved in because it was so much fun and we were all such a team and we all just wanted to kind of figure it out together. And I think we did.
You have some really great co-stars with like Catherine McNamara and Luke Baines. Despite shooting all this separately, did you guys forge any bonds? Did you get to hang out post quarantine?
So I've known Luke for a really long time. He's one of my oldest, dearest friends. We've known each other since I want to say 10 years we've known each other. And he was obviously good friends with Kat, and then they were on Shadowhunters together. So I'd met Kat through Luke. But the rest of the cast I'd never met before, and none of us have gotten together. I saw Luke last night for one of the first times, but aside from that, none of us have been in the same room since we shot it or, at any point during. So it's going to be really wild to all get together for the first time at our very belated wrap party at some point when all of this is over and we're in the same city.
And I have to ask, fans of Rebekah Mikaelson are dying to know, would you ever be down to make a cameo or maybe an appearance on Legacies? I know that
of course, I'd love to make it happen. It's difficult sometimes because of location and of course the pandemic, and I have two little babes now that I have to make sure are taken care of. But I love Rebekah. I love that world. I love that show, and it'd be a dream to be able to play her again.
And do you have any close relationships with any of your past originals or Vampire Diaries co-stars? Do you keep in touch with any of them? I know I saw a couple posts with you and Phoebe.
Yeah, I'm very close with Phoebe, but Phoebe and I have known each other since we were 16. So we did our first show in Australia together. That's how we became friends. And then we did the Vampire Diaries at the same time, and then the originals, of course. So we're like sisters. And then, we still, talk. It's not as frequent anymore, obviously, because we're all doing our own thing in different cities and towns, but I'm definitely still connected.
Looking back at your time in that franchise, do you have any like favorite memories from playing Rebekah, or do you look back at like any behind the scenes moments that like stood out to you?
I just love all the moments that we were together as an entire cast. So any like big dinner scenes or, fun ballroom scenes, they were always the best because so many of my castmates on those shows were so funny, and it would just be nonstop laughter, which is, one of the best parts about working with people that you really love and care about and that you find funny.
I also have to ask, because I know you mentioned your two little ones. What's it like now being a mom of two? Your children look so sweet. I love following all your posts on social media.
Thank you. I freaking love it. And let me tell you, the people out there who make it look easy wild to me, because it is non-stop madness. You know, there's normally a screaming kid somewhere running into the room whenever I'm trying to do something, but it's the best thing. It's the greatest thing I've ever done. You know, it's everything they say is true. It's the hardest thing you'll do in your life and the greatest thing you'll do in your life. And I'm constantly going back and forth on whether I should have 10 children or not. But it's amazing. I mean, they're my little best friends.